color is not an issue to God. We know that. But yet in Revelation, it talks about the ethnicities that represented the nations of this world in heaven. So God couldn't have been colorblind if the ethnicities were described in heaven.
Affinity Extra, be extra.
Yeah, guys, first of all, before we get into this today, Kevin, I've been reading a book about, by Eric Mason, Reverend Mason, about urban apologetics, and I have to salute Eric Mason for bringing out that book. And I'm not really a great reader whatsoever, but I downloaded the audio book for it, and what encouraged me from the book is that basically, we have a lot of people of color, black people specifically, that are not part of the faith because the cultural rejection of black people in Christianity, and that's a realness which hurts. You're saying that we're not good enough, we're not part of this, and part of what we're doing here in Affinity Extra is to show that we can be proud of our blackness in Christianity. People say that's irrelevant. Now I've heard to this very day that color is not an issue to God. We know that. But yet in Revelation, it talks about the ethnicities that represented the nations of this world in heaven. So God couldn't have been colorblind if the ethnicities were described in heaven. So can we stop focusing on, I've seen too many, and I have to say, non-black people specifically, and I've heard black people as well say this. We've got to preach Christ, we've got to preach the blood, and that's what will break the yoke. No, we're just going to tell the truth. We've got to say sorry. You know what I'm saying? And we have to deal with the issues that is blocking our communities from really understanding the true Christianity. There's a lot of, so guys, so part of what we're doing is trying to rebuild black dignity. If we actually realize, let's transcend this to music. We as black people have been part of popular sound, what we call pop music, for decades, for absolute decades. But because I remember growing up and seeing a group like Duran Duran, they use black musicians to help create their sound. We see people like Simply Red. I would never buy a Simply Red record, but yet their MDs and all the people involved in them were black. Their MD, straight out of Birmingham. So guys, this is why it's important for us. Okay, I can be a proud black man in Christ. And it's important that we push this rhetoric, and I have to salute Eric Mason. Hopefully I'll get an interview with him. I know in the UK, in the stateside and whatever, but beautifully, it's every time he looked at the alternatives of Christianity, guys, it's all born at the hurt of us not dealing with the issue at hand, and we're too busy hiding it, and we're too apologetic for truth. But yet we said we're going to preach truth. We don't preach truth. If we preach truth, some people will have to say sorry every single year for the rest of our lives, because the damage is what they've caused. The damage is real to this very day. You know what I'm saying? And it's important, and I'm not going to get this off this tip, because this tip is not going nowhere. But I saw this weekend, I'll be off a bit, guys, a bit still, to be honest, so I have to go into this before going to Kevin, because sometimes people think that, we're dealing with black music, what you talking about this, but the reality shows, when I'm seeing the bishop of, I think it's the Anglican church, turn around, and he got rightly pulled up afterwards, but he wasn't live, so he didn't get caught out. When he turned around, he says, what's happening? It's a shame about George Floyd, but we know it doesn't really happen over here. It's something different over here. It's not different. Prejudice against black people is the same in the UK. So can we get off that tip now and stop pretending it's not there? You know what I'm saying? The reality show is I play football, you know what I mean? And I had to challenge one of a really great guy. I had to challenge him. I said, listen, your players go back home to average age 10 grand more than my players. I have to deal with frustrated, talented black people when it comes to football, and this is their only outlet. Big men. Why is that? Because they're gangbangers, because they're stupid, because they think, no, because the system doesn't allow for us. And as Christians, it's about time. It's about time we stand up and deal with the system at hand and stand up against it. But that's just me, guys. Do check out Urban Apologetics by Eric Mason, yeah, and really look at restoring black dignity within Christianity. We can be proud and black big Christians, because the reality show is that the Bible is birthed out of an African Asian community. And one more point, I watched the program about racism in Germany this week. What made me laugh? I saw a white German turn around and said the cradle of the world is in Africa. So how can we look down at the birth of people who birth the human race? A white German said that. So guys, it's time to fix up. So that's just Roger. Yeah, just guys, you know, this is not about no likes and subscribes, but I just want people to kind of get what is about what we're doing here, and we're celebrating black music because nobody else in Christianity is doing it from a media standpoint. And if you want to tell me you are, come and stand up. But we're unashamedly doing that, and we're celebrating our culture, helping and talking about the issues within our community, and we're here to celebrate what's beautiful to us. So I don't business if Kevin's gonna talk about people that are not Christians. I want to hear what we have done and understand that we can stand up on pride and know that we are wanted, we are needed, and we're part of world success and stories. So guys, that's just Roger, and not over and out. We're gonna hit off with Brother Kevin.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.